Here we go. TikTok, all of that. Welcome to Young Bucks. We're back and we're ready for the biggest game of the season so far. Whoa. I got myself in the background. Did not need that. Anyway. Carabao Cup Final Sunday. Young Bucks are here to preview it. Chris Khan, he wanted us to double up the hype. So we're back here on a Thursday, providing you with a younger take, as they say. I'm joined by Ben, as always. We've got Jamie back-to-back weeks, and we got a Chelsea fan in the building. So, guys, be nice in the comments, please. He's deep down, he's a nice guy. We've got Arjun. I'll get your ats up. Eden to glory. So still holding on to a man who left the club.
We'll never let go.
But yeah, we're just here to preview the cup final, talk about all the key points. So yeah, Ben, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, all good, mate. This is my third podcast / show today, so I'm gonna feel like a parrot talking about this. But it's all good, mate. We won 6-0, got a cup final at the weekend. We're 3 points behind the champions, so all's good, mate. All is well and truly good.
Jamie La, how we doing?
Jamie La.
Yeah, just counting down the days really till Sunday. I can't wait to be there, but I'm buzzing for the occasion. Very nervous as well. So mixture of emotions right now. I think it's all going on, but hyped up.
Good man. Arjun, you're going to the game as well. Thoughts? How are we feeling for it? How you doing?
Yeah, excited. I've been speaking about it all week, really. I think like 50-50 at the moment, could go either way. So can't wait for it.
Yeah, man. I feel like ever since I was born, Liverpool and Chelsea have just had this intense, heated rivalry. And it's back. It's back. Ever since, I think, the League Cup final in 2005, which we don't really like to talk about. But we do like to talk about that ghost goal, which evidence definitely proves went over the line.
Definitely didn't.
But I'll start with you, Arjun. I just wanna know what's going on with Chelsea. What's happening? Injury news. What's the mood around like at Chelsea? I know there's big talk about Lukaku and his one touch per 90. How do you think you guys are gonna go about the game? What's the mood like in the fan base? I know you're a big part of a Chelsea Twitter, as they say.
No, it's exciting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it on the weekend. But yeah, we picked up our form recently. A couple of shoddy results, I'd say, like extra time against Palmeiras and Plymouth. I don't think anyone would expect that. But yeah, we're getting through it. A lot of wins recently as well. Not a lot of goals, but yeah, the results are there. We're still in all competitions other than the Prem at the moment. But yeah, injuries are getting there eventually as well. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, a lot of hope towards this season with the competitions at the moment, I think.
Where are like Chelsea's priorities? Because it looks like the league's gone. Is it going all out after the domestic cups now? Are you confident in the Champions League? Where's Chelsea priorities right now?
Yeah, well, obviously earlier in the season, I was confident that we'd be up there for the league, but then you get the injuries to James and Chilwell. Lukaku doesn't hit his form. A couple more injuries throughout the season. That takes you out of that. But then, yeah, Carabao Cup Final, FA Cup still in that. Can go deep in the Champions League. So, yeah, I'd see ourselves as a knockout team anyway at the moment. We're not consistent enough in the league. So, yeah, I think we could be dangerous this year. And who says why we can't win a fair few more?
Ben, I know you've been on a few shows, as you said.
Yes.
I know you were with some Chelsea fans earlier. What do you reckon the like general mood is like from? Do you think Liverpool fans are more confident than Chelsea fans, or do you think like it's pretty even?
Yeah, I think definitely we're more confident, but that's expected because the form we've been in, just the way we've played, the squad we've got available now, Luis Diaz coming in, which I'll get onto in a moment. But Yeah, no, we're definitely more confident. I think a lot of Chelsea fans are playing it down, giving it the old underdog card. But you know what, it is what it is. Like, I understand it. You know, we're hungry for trophies, as Chelsea are, to be fair. But I just feel like I said on the podcast earlier that this trophy will be the first one that so many of these players have won if we were to win it. So Thiago, Jota, Tsimikas, Kanate, all those guys that we've signed since winning the league, they haven't won the trophy with us yet. So they're all going to want it so much more. I'm confident in the boys. I'm not overly confident like some people say, you know, giving it the big, and I'm not one of those. I think it could go either way. It's a final at the end of the day, anything can happen. But just talking about Luis Diaz, one thing I did realise from a show I was on earlier with Shigs, a lot of Chelsea fans are scared of him, definitely. So who knows if he's going to start. If Jota's available, I'm not sure if he starts. But if Jota's not ready to start, I think Luis Diaz will start. And yeah, definitely, I think from what I heard, there was 2 or 3 Chelsea fans on Shigs' stream, and every single one of them said that they were scared of Luis Diaz because of how he's been playing recently.
Yeah, before we go into Luis Diaz, guys, we're touching on 100 likes a video at the moment. The last couple of weeks, we need to push that 100 likes. Please do it. If you hit that 100 likes, the chances of a Liverpool win go from 90% to 100%. So please hit that like button. Get involved in the comments. I want to see all the banter. I want to see everyone, Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, West Ham fans, Millwall, not Millwall fans actually, Plymouth fans, whoever in the comments, just get your thoughts in. We'll engage with you essentially. Jamie, I know you're a big Luis Diaz fan. How do you think he's settled in so far?
Amazingly, you'll never know he's the new player. I think he's the perfect Klopp player. He's everything he asks of him and more. The way he fights for the ball, the way he presses. The main thing I picked up on from watching him is his interchangeability along the front three. You've seen his goal against. You've seen Mane's got. Diaz's goal against Norwich, where he chips the keeper, but the movement, he starts down the centre, then he moves to the right wing, and then he makes the darting run to the left wing. That is what Klopp loves in the forward. It's the unpredictability, where they're going to be along the front three, the movement that he's got. I think he's fantastic. He's a quick player. He's got the flair, which a lot of the football Twitter fans will find aesthetically pleasing. So I think he's settled in really well. I think he's a natural to our philosophy. We know how good he is. We know the pedigree he brings. Scored some big Champions League goals as well. So if he starts on Sunday, he could get off to his account in big games for Liverpool as well. So I think he's been phenomenal coming in. Like I said, you don't know you wouldn't tell he's new if you didn't know.
Yeah, mate. I think there's that the comment by Klopp. Klopp was like, he didn't even need to explain the concept of counter pressing.
You already knew it,
yeah. Diaz just already knew it, which shows one, our scouts are so meticulous with how they want to what type of player they want. They do their work in that analytics room. I'll tell you that. Arjun, we'll just go into it. I want to know where you think the game's going to be won and lost. From a Chelsea point of view, where do you think Chelsea have the best chance of really taking the game to Liverpool? Because I have my own opinions about this. I have this great theory that has been brewing for a very long time that one day I will break, which is for me like probably the only chink in Liverpool's armor. And to be fair, I think I'll explain it later. Yeah, go. Where do you think the game's going to be won and lost for Chelsea?
Well, I was thinking just in general, obviously, your attack is phenomenal. Like, you've got Salah, Mane, Diaz up top. So I'm thinking Salah and Diaz against Azpilicueta and Alonso is a recipe for disaster in my head. I'm thinking with James and Chilwell, we feel a lot more confident. But yeah, that's my worry at the moment. I think in midfield, we can match you. Could be either Kovacic and Kante or it'll be Jorginho and Kante. But yeah, the wing backs are my worry at the moment. We haven't got a first choice wing back fit. So yeah.
Set piece is an interesting one. I know Chelsea...
None of your business is back, by the way.
Oh, this is none of your business.
Yeah.
None of your
But
business. You're a regular. None of your business was it's one of the OG young bucks. We will always remember you. Yeah, none of your business. None of your business makes a great point on set pieces as well. Ben, Chelsea off with Thiago Silva, Rudiger, just causing absolute chaos. Did you see what Rudiger did to Kelleher at Stamford Bridge? Undid his
That's what you
glove.
love, though. You need someone like that to do that.
I think when you have a player like that on your team, you love it. When he's playing against you, you hate it.
yeah.
But yeah, I think Chilwell and James being out, big miss in terms of set pieces. Do you think like Liverpool for the last 2-3 years have been incredible at both ends? I'd say set pieces. Do you agree with none of your business that it'll be one on set pieces, or do you think there's other places where the game will be won for Liverpool?
I think it's definitely a great shout, but I don't think it's the only way we're going to win it. You could have a huge part to play in it. But I think a lot of it will depend on Trent, whether that's a set piece or just putting in the right ball at the right time, because we know Chelsea are going to be solid, they're going to be compact, and then I think they're going to look to plays on the counter. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. So I think Chelsea are going to dig deep and then try and get a counter, like I say. So we have to unlock them if they're going to do that. And then the two players I think that relies on are Thiago and Trent. So I think those two players are going to be absolutely crucial for us. If they turn up in this game, then I think we'll be okay. But if Trent has an off game and Thiago has an off game, then it's going to be a bit tricky in my opinion. Especially if Chelsea are playing 5 at the back, low block. I'm not saying they will, but this is just how I feel they will. But yeah, definitely set pieces is a great shout. We've been unreal at set pieces, like you say, for the last few years. So is what it is. And Virgil obviously scored one yesterday. So let's see if he can do it again.
You make a point about that. Arjun, how do you think you're going to set up? Do you think you're going to try and go toe-to-toe? Do you think we're going to see Tekele football, or can we expect a good game of football? Because cup finals, they tend to be, I'm not going to lie, most cup finals tend to be fairly tightly contested matches, but it's not in the Liverpool DNA to play like that. I think the tempo of the game is going to be set by Chelsea. It's whether they want to try and counter-attack on us and keep it tight and play how they did, I'd say, in the Champions League final, which they won. So I don't blame them if they want to try and do that again. Or do you think you're going to try and go toe-to-toe? Because in January, you went toe-to-toe, and to be fair, for a period, carved us open. His connection. Hello, Arjun.
Connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. How do you think you're going to set up?
I think we'll be compact. That's how we do it in knockout games. We've been really good in knockout games. You think about the League Cup, the FA Cup. I saw a stat the other day that Tuchel's only lost. I think it was only the League Cup, FA Cup final against Leicester. So, yeah, I think we're going to be compact. We'll look for a counter-attacking opportunity, which then we can talk about later when we talk about the lineups. So if Lukaku's not there as well, then I think we're a lot more mobile with that. But yeah, we'll be compact, try and not give you a lot of space. And then, yeah, try and hit you there. Because I think Liverpool and City, I've always said, they're not the teams, especially us at the moment, we're not a fully fit team, that we can go toe-to-toe with you yet. So, yeah, we don't want to lose the game early on, see if we can take it as deep as possible. And then, yeah, we'll get our chances, but whether we take them and restrict you guys, which obviously you have your chances as well.
Jamie, from a defensive point of view, would you rather face a Chelsea side with Lukaku in it, or face a Chelsea side with a fluid front three, maybe like a Havertz, Werner, Mount, which is what they did in Champions League final?
Yeah, I'm not to jinx this, but I definitely prefer to play Lukaku. I think you look at the first game as well in the season when he was actually coming into the league on fire from Inter Milan. He scores on his debut straight away against Arsenal as well, and Matip and Virgil dealt with him like he's their little boy. So I would like to face Lukaku. more than a quicker front three that you saw against Lille when he didn't play. I thought that, like we just mentioned, they're a lot more mobile. I think they're quicker. And if they're going to try and hit us on the counter, then they're going to want to be quick because you're going to need pace against Verge. And if it's Matip or Konate, I don't know. But if it's Konate, then you're going to need a lot of pace as well. So I'd rather play Lukaku, especially on recent form. And if he's having 7 touches in the cup final, then I'm laughing. So on recent form, Lukaku, but I don't want to jinx anything just in case because he'll come up with it. He's still a goal scorer. Form doesn't go away overnight. So it depends what Lukaku turns up on the day. But on current form, I think you've got to say Lukaku. And I think Chelsea fans won't necessarily want Lukaku to start as well. So
yeah, mates. I don't know because I think I'd rather Lukaku play. I just don't want to jinx it.
That's the thing.
You just don't, because at the end of the day, you could just think about it being a big platform for him to step up as a Chelsea player. But yeah, smash the likes all. Mustafa Mohammed.
What are we on?
Has what are we on? I haven't checked. Oh, are we broken the matrix?
27 on mine.
Likes? 28 viewing and 27 liking. So there's one of you, one imposter out there that is not liking this video. It literally just stop. Everyone just stop. Scroll over the like button, click it, and then you can just peacefully listen to us talk about the football. The Carabobbins, as they say. That's an interesting point, actually. In my head, it makes sense. Ben, in this Carabao Cup run, we've had no Mane, we've had no Salah, and I know there was early talk about playing the likes of Minamino and Origi in the final, which for me is ludicrous. Like, you want to play your best 11, but one person that is going to stay is Kelleher. He's been given a nod. How are you feeling about that? Are you all right? Are you a bit nervous that it's not Alisson? How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I understand it. Kelleher has earned his spot. The Leicester penalty shootout, I think, is the icing on the cake for him. That was like his moment for Liverpool so far in his career. I think he's been solid throughout the whole competition. And yeah, I completely understand it. When you've had a keeper that's played well consistently, like if he came in and he didn't play well and he had some howlers in him and he looked shaky, and I would, it would be a no-brainer to bring Alisson in. But he's come in, he's conducted himself well, amazing with his feet, a great shot stopper. So I understand why he's going to play, but I did put out earlier that it's just not going to feel like the same without Alisson in a final. Like, it's not. No matter how good you tell me Kelleher's been, no matter how much you tell me, the whole sentiment of it, I completely understand it. And I am for Kelleher starting. Let me just make that clear. But just from like a selfish point of view, Alisson not playing, it does make me more nervous. Not saying that Kelleher's bad or Kelleher's, makes me nervous. Like, when I watch him play, it's just for these games, because I have heard Chelsea are going to go with Mendy, by the way. That's what their fans seem to think. They're not apparently going to go with Kepa. So it is what it is. 100% keep Kelleher in. It's the right decision. But from my own personal point of view, Alisson, Fabinho, Virgil, and Matip, just that core, I feel like we're indestructible when those guys are playing. With Kelleher in, who knows? We'll see. Hopefully he does well.
I think it helps that he played at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Which is probably it's probably, if you want to prepare for a game against Chelsea. And to be honest, he's dealt with the situations he's been thrown into pretty well. But no, I agree. It's just when you've got Alisson, when you've got the best goalkeeper in the world.
His form's been unreal as well recently.
Yeah, he's honestly, just all aspects of his game have been perfect. I know sometimes there's like a bit of criticism about his.
Do you see just off that? Do you see what he did in the Leeds game at 0-0 when Dan James was in, and then he tripped him over, didn't he, Jamie? And then Matip comes and gets the ball and clears it. Do you remember?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
When James pressed him on the taking the kick.
And I thought it could have been a pen, but I think they're the little things, aren't they, that people pick on Alisson for. But it it is what it is. He's been incredible this season, and I said on our podcast earlier that last season, obviously, there was a lot of criticism on Alisson that he wasn't at his best. But obviously, like, his dad passed away, the world was upside down. It was just bizarre circumstances with the team, and now this season, just the way he's come back and he's just got to his absolute best, and he's probably been one of our most consistent players, to be honest.
He's got a goal contribution in
exactly. I mean, that's just standard for Alisson.
Each of his last 3 seasons, which is ridiculous. Dash me any reaction on 96th Arsenal winner?
Not really.
Pure Barclays. Unlucky Wolves, but the bigger fish.
Unlucky.
Arsenal celebrating an OG winner to go 5th, like they just won the Champions League final. You know what? Arsenal it's
a big win, to be fair.
It's a big win, but it's a long season, and
their fixtures aren't looking good either.
No, I don't know who's going to get 4th, but that's a conversation for another time. Arsenal goalkeeper situation. So Ben just touched on Mendy potentially starting. I know Kepa's been your cup keeper. Do you think he's been harshly done by? Do you think? I know you're not the biggest Kepa fan. But two-part question: do you think he's being harshly done by? And 2, should it go to pens? Who are you having, Kepa or Mendy? Because I know Kepa has the penalty rep, but as we saw, Mendy put in a blinder
again. I think
who would you take in a pen shootout? Kelleher or not Kelleher? Kepa or Mendy? And do you think Kepa's been harshly done by?
Well, you think if it goes to penalties, then I mean Kepa's record recently under penalties has been unbelievable, and I've been very vocal myself about, I would say, nearing on hatred for Kepa since he's joined the club and cost us in multiple games. But yeah, once Mendy comes in, I think you can't not play with your best goalkeeper. Goalkeeper of the year. I don't know how he didn't get in the World Team of the Year when he got voted Goalkeeper of the Year, but if you're going to stick with your goalkeeper, you stick with your goalkeeper. Then if it goes deep enough to penalties, then you go with that. Then you make the decision then. But I have a feeling Kepa will start, which I don't agree with, because obviously Kepa kept us in the game last against Plymouth the other time, and then he played both against Tottenham as well. But yeah, I think Kepa will start personally, but I don't know how you can't start Mendy.
Yeah, well, it'll be funny. I just thought, do you remember when Kepa refused to get subbed off?
Oh, that was hilarious.
He could be the keeper trying to get subbed on. Imagine Mendy did it to him. Mendy just went, no. Do you know the Rock meme where he just there like, he just blurted off and went, no, Kepa, you've had your chance, you've had your fame. Jamie, here's a question for you. I don't want to jinx it, but should the Reds win, do you think that's gonna get quadruple talk starting, or
a bit too early for that? But to answer your question, look, it's a cup final. Like Ben said, it really is 50-50. I think form goes out the window. You're in a different competition to whatever your form is in the Premier League. So, yeah, you just don't know which way it'll go. We're definitely favourites. I think all the neutrals are backing us as the favourites. I think we got... I'd be definite to say I think we got the strongest team. So I'd say we have the best chance, but it's a cup final. You never know. Tuchel loves a cup run. I like you said, I really don't want to jinx it, but I'm quietly confident. I'm not as confident as some other people are because, look, Chelsea's always tough. It's been a stalemate both times we played them this season, so I think it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Should we? If you go squad for squad, at this current in time, I say yes. Will we? I don't know.
Yeah, I think Jamie just makes a point there, like, it's been a stalemate both times we play. I think one thing we can expect is a really crap game of football. Like, really crap. Like, not much happening. I hope I'm wrong because I'm going as well, but at the end of the day, just if you win the trophy, you win the trophy. But I'm not expecting it to be a spectacle, like 1 or 2 goals max, I think.
It's Liverpool Chelsea though. I'm just thinking about, Chiellini talks about the history of the Tottenham, the history,
It is the history of the
the history of the Liverpool and the Chelsea is you've got so many games in the last the 05 League Cup final. They picked us. The semi-finals in the Champions League, the semi-final in the FA Cup in 2006. Again, another semi-final in 07. I think another semi-final in 08, which Chelsea won. Then big quarter final 09. Then facing the FA Cup in 2012. It's results have swung between the teams. Like big results have constantly swung between both of these teams. Arjun, I'll ask you first. Do you think Chelsea's like notorious record at Wembley will play any part, or do you think it's just gonna be a completely brand new sort of vibe and feel to like this rivalry that's had like so many variations and generations?
You think we played at Wembley last year? We lost the FA Cup final. The year before, FA Cup final again. So this squad are like they're used to going to finals and playing at Wembley. Champions League final last year as well. So I think for an occasion, I think we're ready. I don't really believe in you're ready to like be at Wembley. Like I think everyone will be up for the occasion, but it's Liverpool Chelsea. You think it was 2-2 in January in the game earlier in the season. I thought we had a lot of chances in that first half before the red card. So the way this season's going, there should be goals, but yeah, I don't think the record matters that much. But I think we're both. Obviously, you guys have played your fair few finals as well. I think we're both ready for the occasion.
Yeah, I think it's tricky, Ben. I know you're predicting a not so good game. It all depends how. I don't think we've, and I don't know about Chelsea, but I don't think in our 2 games against Chelsea this year that we've hit the heights that we can. I don't know if it's just because they sort of have not a number over us, but like they have a way to neutralize us. But by the looks of it, we're gonna have pretty much our strongest team available to us. So do you think the pressure automatically is then all on Liverpool to sort of get the result? And do you think that's going to affect the team in any way, or do you think that whole mentality monster thing is going to come to fruition?
Yeah, the pressure's definitely on for sure. Like I said, I think we're favourites. I don't think there's any denying that. Full strength Liverpool team in a final, it has to be a win. And if we do lose, I'll be devastated. But the whole Chelsea thing, how we've not been great against them. I think there were 2 early games. The first one was very early on, and then the second one was in January. So again, I think since January, since that Chelsea game, the only game we haven't won, if I'm not mistaken, is the Arsenal first leg in the Carabao Cup. Could be wrong. There could be another game, but from memory, I think that's the only game we've not won since. So we've improved drastically. The signing of Luis Diaz has just added a completely new element into us. Like, there's so many things we can do now. I mean, we've seen it with Mane up front. I think he's been brilliant up there, and we'll get onto it in a bit when we do our predictions. But if Jota isn't ready to start, I think he's going to be available for the game. But whether he's ready to start, who knows? But I wouldn't mind if it is Mane, Diaz, and Salah, because I think that front three is probably the one that would be able to cause more problems against if it is a low block Chelsea side. I think Jota can obviously get a goal out of anything, but he's not as creative as Diaz, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. I'm expecting us to win no matter what it takes. I think this Liverpool team, people said, the mentality monsters have gone. They've not gone anywhere. We just didn't have the squad. We've got the squad now. We've lost 2 games in like 49 or 50 games, which is nuts. So this is a huge test, and this is time to stamp our authority down on the rest of the league, the rest of Europe. Like, we're going to win this trophy, hopefully. then we'll kick on to the rest. I'm not saying quadruple talk or anything nuts like that, but what I am saying is let's win this cup. Jamie said it in our TAT podcast. City do it all the time. They win the League Cup and then they go and win the rest of them. So let's win this League Cup, and then the momentum's going to be flowing. We'll play Norwich next week. We'll batter them. Then we'll beat Inter Milan at home as well. We're into the quarters of that. And everything's going to be good, man. Like, I am really, really looking forward to the rest of the season, especially if we win this.
Oh, mate, you're spot on about it. If we kick on, if we win that, it's just going to tell us to kick on. I think we need to start stat padding trophies, if that makes sense, because it's what City do. It's what all the top teams do,
true.
And you build success by just constantly turning over trophies and trophies. Players will constantly want to come to your team because you just keep getting trophies and trophies and trophies.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's that big of a deal, but if we win this, we go ahead of City again. They're level with us on 8 at the minute for the record. So,
it is. It's a massive deal then.
Yeah.
For me, like, I've always been of the opinion that I know, like, at the start of the season, that I want to win as many trophies as possible. So if you have the chance to win the Carabao Cup, you take it. If you have the chance to win the FA Cup, you take it. You want to. It's like these players want to win every trophy available. I know they have the big ones in the Prem and the Champs, but even there, they've got such a mentality. They don't just want one. They want 2. They want 3 each. But yeah, before we get into this comment, 42 people liking. Please, I think how many likes are we on now? I think we're on about 30 odd. How many likes? 33 likes. If we can get to 50 likes before the end of this stream, in the next, come on guys, there's 37 of you watching this right now. Just click that button. 39. So the 2 extra people that are in here right now, smash the like button. That's all I need you to do. That's literally all I need you to do. Subscribe. Road to 10k. But Arjun, how much will that Salah dagger hurt? I know you're not his biggest fan. Well, I'm not that you're not his biggest fan. But I know you're an Eden Hazard stan, as they say. Do you see this guy as a massive threat, and how much you regret not keeping him at Chelsea?
Sorry, say that again, Omar. I think you just finished up there.
Do you see Salah as a massive threat, or and how much has him leaving Chelsea like impacted the potential success on Chelsea Football Club?
Firstly, potential success really bothered us at all. We've won Prem since, we've won plenty of cups since, so I don't think that bothers us. But I'll tell you now, Salah plays against Alonso. I'm going to go into that game with just my head in my hands, because I tell you now, he's going to take him for a fool, because that's what Alonso is. I can't bear to watch that guy play, firstly. So will Tuchel play a midfielder, left wing back, and then goes a 4? Who knows? But Salah against Alonso, I'm not sure if Alonso started in January, but Salah's goal was ridiculous and it was right in front of me. So yeah, Salah's definitely your biggest threat. But then I'm thinking again, Diaz against Azpilicueta as well. He's not the quickest anymore. So yeah, the Salah dagger hopefully won't happen. But yeah, it's a worry. I can't lie.
There we go. Jamie, here's a question. Where does the Chelsea versus Liverpool rivalry rank for you personally? Because I was saying just off stream earlier, like to Arjun, that this, like, for me, this, like, I say after United, like, probably our most intense rivalries being with Chelsea, and because Everton haven't really given us a challenge. And you've got the whole, like, Mourinho just hating on Liverpool, just constant, just angry Chelsea men like Diego Costa getting scared when Jordan Henderson's in his face.
Oh, I was at that game.
So yeah, Jamie, how much do you dislike Chelsea?
Yeah, a lot. It's definitely up there. It's not on par with United. I'd possibly You might be different, but I think I hate Everton more. I can't bear it when they win. I can't bear it when they play us. Don't get me wrong, I hate it when Chelsea win and play us as well. But it's definitely up there. I disagree there because I think Chelsea is a much more hatred than City. I think City's just recent years, and that's because of success, because we're so good. Don't get me wrong, they're Manx. We don't like them anyway, but Chelsea's up there in third for my most hated teams, and I think it will be even more sweet if we can beat them on Sunday.
No, yeah, just the Chelsea have annoyed me just my whole life. They're just such an annoying club. Arjun, I'll ask you the same question: how much do Chelsea fans like consider this rivalry? Because you see all the time Man City fans trying to force a rivalry, and to be fair, they're like in terms of quality, like we'd say like right now they're like our like talent, like quality rivals, but I don't care about Man City Football Club. It's such a soulless football club. Like,
Yeah.
But for me, like Chelsea, it's just a club that pisses me off. Arjun, how where do you rank this rivalry?
I'd say for us in general, for some weird reason, our fans have an obsession with Tottenham. I personally do hate Tottenham, but not to the point to consistently sing about them. Then I think the United rivalry's kind of died down since that Sir Alex versus Mourinho kind of era. But personally, I rank Liverpool top because I firstly can't stand the club, and growing up with a couple of close mates that are Liverpool fans chirping in your ear while they weren't winning anything, I actually can't stand Liverpool. So this is the game I look forward to most. So I really hope we beat you guys.
Okay, after that disgraceful comment, you're gonna have to help us increase our likes by shouting Timo. So if you scream Timo, Akshat will give you a like. So you got 10 seconds.
Screaming coming out of here, and especially not for Timo. So.
Oh, okay. Akshat, anyway, if you like this video, we like you. Should we get on to? So I've seen a couple questions about team. For me, the Liverpool team is fairly, I'd say 95% there.
Yeah.
I think, Ben, do you think there's anywhere that's like up for debate? Who would you have? I think the centre back partner to Van Dijk and the Diogo Jota question is the biggest one. I don't think there's personally. I know there's still people saying who's going to partner Fabinho and Thiago. You play Jordan Henderson in this game. I don't care. And Hendo's been in great form recently, which people will not like to pick up on, but he's been playing well. So yeah, who would you? I'd say who do you prefer next to VVD, and if Josh is fit, do you throw him back in?
It's a great question. Who would I prefer? Joel Matip for this big game. But something tells me Konate is going to play because Matip has played a lot of football in the last week or so. So I think if Konate started against Leeds, you'd probably think that means Matip's going to play. But the fact that the fact that it was Matip, that makes me think it's going to be Konate. But I've labelled our defence of Robbo, Verge, Matip, Trent, and Ali. Ali's not going to be there. That's like the Champions League winning trusted back four. So Konate, again, I would be kind of nervous, I'm not going to lie, if he did start because he's not played in a game of this magnitude for Liverpool. But then again, this could be brilliant for these players to get a feeling of what it's like playing in front of a sea of red because Wembley's going to be absolutely packed of Liverpool fans. A little Dickie Bird has actually told me there's going to be some Reds in the Chelsea ends as well. So we'll look forward to that. But yeah, I mean, Jota, like I said earlier, if he's fit to play 70 minutes, 60 minutes minimum, start him. I don't think there's any point starting him if he can do less than that because what's like, you know what I mean? You may as well have Diaz, Mane, Salah going for 70, 75 and then bring Jota on if needs be. So it's all in the air right now, and I think they've done a good job in keeping it under wraps because I don't think they want Chelsea to know what we're doing. So I don't know. I would love Mane up front again if possible, as long as Jota's not there, because, like I said, I've said it a few times since the last couple of games. He's been like a different player in the last few games. His creativity, his link-up play, everything that he's been criticised of this season for not doing up front, he's been doing it. And he got the 2 goals yesterday. He got the goal against Norwich. He's been brilliant. So, yeah, if Diaz, Salah and Mane was the front three, then I think that would be very scary.
Yeah, you make a good point about if Jota can do 60. Jamie, if Jota could do 60, would you rather he start? And because I'm thinking about Luis Diaz off the bench, and that's a scary sight for any defender in world football. How would you approach that? And also this comment, Naby should start, Hendo being great off the bench, should keep it like that. Do you think there's any chance a Keita and a Harvey Elliott starts, or do you think that midfield three is pretty much sewn up?
Firstly, on Jota, if he's fit enough to play 60, 70, I think you definitely start him. The form that he was on before he picked up that unfortunate little injury against Inter was absolutely fantastic. The numbers he's put up is absolutely fantastic. So the cup final screams his name. You know how good he is in front of goal, and they're the types of players you need in the cup final. Like Ben said, if it's a bit of a cagey game, you need them players who can just take that one chance, half a sniff, and put the ball in the back of the net. So I definitely start Jota if he's fit enough to. But I echo what Ben said. It's definitely not curtains if we have to play Mane up front and Diaz on the left, because I think Mane's looked a breath of fresh air up front. I think he's really come into his own. He's looked like the Mane of 2019. And he's really backing himself up front. He's getting on the ball so much more. So either way, I'm happy. But if Jota's fit, I would go Sadio, Diogo and Salah. With midfield, Henderson, I'm certain that the midfield three will be Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson.
I put my house on it.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
The two on the left definitely pick themselves in Fabinho and Thiago. And look, Henderson is the captain, he's the leader, he's the voice, fundamentals of a cup final, really. But the quality that he's shown in the last few games has been absolutely immense. Inter Milan, people questioned why is Fabinho coming off at 0-0. He come off. Henderson did solidify the defence. He put us on the front foot, and we were fantastic in the game as soon as he come on. Again, Norwich, I thought he was brilliant. He filled in for the Fabinho role, which is we know is a critical job to fill in, as Fabinho does it so well. And then when he come on against Leeds as well, the pass for Sadio, Norwich, the pass for Diaz, he's really filling
Brilliant.
that third midfield role. So I'd be gobsmacked. I think that'd be the biggest shock of the team if that front three isn't spot on, and especially if Naby comes in. But we never know.
We never know. I think the 5 subs you get in the
5
League
subs
Cup?
in the cup. Yeah,
that's gonna be
That's
big.
huge.
That is huge. I think
Klopp loves it, doesn't he?
I think depth wise right now we've got more depth than Chelsea, which helps. But that might dictate how Klopp goes about the game. Like with players like Jota, with I think it's Evan, one of the red fellas. I think I did a stream with him. I think it was after the Leicester Cup win, and he's been manifesting a Harvey Elliott winner in the League Cup final. So if that happens, I'll be off the grid for about a week, just still celebrating that goal, because that guy, he's the future of British football. He's the best young talent in the world. Potentially not, but one of them. But yeah, Ilyas said, "Pray for Ukraine." I think we should all, give our thoughts to that country right now, because what's going on there is a bit crappy. So we hope we're lightening up the mood a bit, because the world is not a fun place right now. Arjun, Chelsea, injuries. We spoke off camera a bit about Reece James. He's in full training, right? But do you think it's a big risk to throw him in the team, or do you think, because him and Chilwell add so much to Chelsea? When you see Chelsea play, before I go to you, Chelsea got to the top of the league this season because of their wing backs. I felt just constantly coming on the overlap at the right time. It like added a great dimension to their game, which for me, when you have Trent and Robertson going the other way, it's a great tool to like sort of combat us. So them being out sort of, I think, sets the tempo of the game with us having a lot of possession. But do you think there's any chance Tuchel throws in a Reece James or has someone like a Pulisic or a Hudson-Odoi doing that right wing back role just to offer something to combat our fullbacks? I think you're on mute.
I think I'm on mute. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Strike one. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, Reece James, I think he's been out for the end of December now, so it's been 2 months. And on that big Wembley pitch going up and down the right-hand side, I don't think that's a wise decision. I don't think Tuchel will start him on the right. I think maybe coming on for 30 minutes, or if you get that extra sub in extra time as well, then yeah, I would put him on then. But I think starting would be a bit silly. I can see Azpilicueta starting there. And as you said, Pulisic is an option. I think Hudson-Odoi has just had a knock. So I think Pulisic will start on the left because, yeah, he does seem to score a few goals against Liverpool when he starts on the left. So, yeah, I think that'll be a good tool for us, I reckon.
Yeah, for me, you're bang on there. For me, the biggest worry for me, I've said for me a lot, haven't I? About Chelsea is those sort of 2 10s they play with. So whether it's Pulisic, Mount, Ziyech has played there, Hudson-Odoi, Havertz, whoever. Chelsea have, in my opinion, given us really hard games in the past because they're really good at one thing, and that thing is third man running. And it might sound really stupid, but third man running is the most important thing I feel in English football, and it's killed us at times. I think if you look at the Chelsea game, Pulisic, Jamie Benn, I don't know if you remember the game where we lifted the Premier League trophy and then Lampard lost his head at Klopp because Klopp gave him a schooling.
That was the first one you've seen, right? Yeah. Well, I remember that take loud and clear.
I mean, I've seen us lift the title on ESPN Classic, so that's another way. Pulisic killed us in that second half simply because Chelsea got their ball really quickly out to their fullbacks, their wing backs, and all they did was play quick ball, like on the diagonal, through to Pulisic, who constantly made like runs off our midfielders. So he was while our sort of defense were trying to step up, he was coming the other way and just absolutely, they were killing us doing that. And we saw it this season where they pressed us. I think it was Hendo misplaced the pass, and Pulisic's first thought is to get in that gap, in that channel between our fullback and centre back, and they do it all the time. Every time we play Chelsea. So for me, the key is, which is why I'm glad Reece James and Chilwell are out, is because I don't think Azpilicueta and Alonso are sharp enough to constantly play that ball over. And I think where the battle is going to be won is how Trent and Robertson dominate Chelsea. Yeah, I mean, Azpilicueta versus Diaz. I think personally we're going to go 3 versus 3. So our front three are going to be pretty much already in behind there. Oh, Ben died. Reece James is back. Sorry, what's up? I'm really nervous. Chelsea, Jaden, you should be nervous. The Reds are coming. But for me, Chelsea and third man running has absolutely killed us. So we really need our midfielders to be on it. We really need Henderson and Thiago. As much as like they've been really good on the ball for us, they have to be really good defensively. 0. Ben's back. Ben,
my connection just went off.
It's the storms. It's the storm, Eunice.
Probably, mate. What was you talking? What was you saying? Sorry.
I was just waffling about how I think Chelsea are really good at third man running. I don't know how many people care, but for me, I'm trying to look at the tactical side of the game a bit more. and they're really good at Christian Pulisic especially. So Ben, you got anything you want to bring into the conversation?
I will say something. I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans, and I'd like to get Arden's take on this, saying that Thiago Silva is better than a certain Dutch centre back. To me, I'm sure I don't speak for myself here, but I find that such a mad statement. Like, it's crazy. Thiago Silva, don't get me wrong, he's been incredible this season. I'd probably say up there with the best in the league, if not the world. But like, I just don't get it. And I'm not saying it's all Chelsea fans, to be fair. It's just ones I've heard on Spaces, and obviously Spaces are, they're bad for this kind of thing. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens on Sunday between the centre backs, because that could be a thing. The centre backs could be a crucial part. So yeah, what do you think of that, the Thiago and Virgil debate?
Well, personally, I refer to Virgil van Dijk as Van Disney, just to get Omer a bit rolled up sometimes. But no, honestly, I think if Lukaku plays against Virgil van Dijk, I think we'll have an easy game. Lukaku at the moment hasn't been mobile enough. Everyone says he's making the runs. I don't see it. So I think, honestly, Virgil will have an easy game if Lukaku plays. But Havertz looks like he's adapting to the league a little bit more. He's becoming a bit more mobile and offering a greater threat as well. So I think if Havertz starts, it'll be really interesting to see how we can bother Virgil van Dijk.
Hey! You're ignoring the question. Who are you taking, Van Dijk or Thiago Silva? Come on, we don't sit on the fence on this channel.
How, do you want the question like this year? Who am I taking?
Yeah, go on.
I think Thiago Silva has had a better season this year than Virgil van Dijk.
Why? Sitting in the middle of a back three.
What do you mean? You say sitting in the middle of the back three? He just looks so commanding. He's 37 years old. You forget that as well. So, but Virgil van Dijk, when he's 37, will be in a retirement home. I'll tell you that.
Virgil van Dijk is a god amongst men. He will be playing football in the Premier League at 54 years old. I guarantee you that. Look, could Thiago Silva?
Right, just because he smells good or whatever, right?
This whole thing as well, like, I'm not saying Arjun's got this idea, but people just, I don't think people have watched much Liverpool games, to be honest, because people act like Virgil's been bad. Tell me one game where Virgil's been at fault for a goal or we've dropped points because of Virgil's mistakes. I can't think of any. Yes, he took a few weeks to maybe get to his best, but after 9 months out, that was expected. Like, it's perfectly normal.
I think it's easy to pick on Van Dijk just because. Look, this comment here, none of your business. The greatest person in the comment section ever to exist in any comment section. I love none of your business. VVD at 80% is better than every other defender in world football, bro. Stop this biased nonsense. None of your business. You're right. VVD has
probably with the smoke again, mate.
VVD. I think he's getting to 100%. I still don't think he's 100%, but 70%, 80% Van Dijk for me is the best centre back in the league. And it's, again, that's not saying, for me, Thiago Silva's been the second best centre back in the league. I'll give him that. And at 37 years old, incredible. But I don't think Thiago Silva could play in a Liverpool back two. I think if you put Virgil van Dijk in that Chelsea back seven, whatever they play, he's unanimous. All he has to do is clear a few balls. I've seen Connor Cody do that for Wolves.
You do say that though. We do build up in a four anyway. So when Christiansen's basically playing right back, so it kind of is a four at the back when he would have to defend a transition. So I'm not having this three at the back slander, please.
Mind you, on your business. I don't know if that makes sense. let's not get Ruben Diaz in these conversations, please.
Nah.
This guy eats grass for a living. He eats grass.
He's the new Vidic.
He does eat grass.
You know what it is with Van Dijk and the other centre backs that they're comparing him to. And Ben, you said it that maybe people don't watch enough Liverpool, and Ohms, you pointed out that it's easy to just pick on Van Dijk. I think it's just easy to miss out on how effective he is because he doesn't need to be this Ruben Diaz where he needs to slide tackle for every ball.
Yeah.
He's the art of the modern game defending where he doesn't need to make the tackle because of his positioning, the way he jockeys. He forces the error on the attacker, and everyone's avoiding him as well. It's crazy. As soon as you see Van Dijk, you pass it backwards. That for me is the best centre back in the world effect.
One of the Italian greats, I can't remember who it was. I really can't remember who it was, but I know this saying that one of them said. It was either Maldini or Baresi or Nesta.
Is it the Maldini?
Is it the one where if you've got dirt or mud on your shorts, you've made a mistake?
Yeah.
Something like that. Something along those lines. And Jamie's hitting it on the head. Ruben Diaz is always sliding, bro. Virgil can wear this kit that he wore in the last game. He can wear that in the final. He can put the same kit on, and it won't be a problem. And Virgil van Dijk does so much in games. Like, he's been incredible the last 3 games, but nobody's giving him credit. Why? Because it's just the norm for him. It's absolutely normal for Virgil to play like that.
He makes the game. I mean, Arjun, are you gonna do this? Are you going to?
Well, Sirius have had a beard for the last 5 years. There's no chance. I'm not that desperate.
There's a lot of Rudiger chat in the comments. Rudiger is. We spoke about him earlier. You'd love him in your team, and you hate playing against him. Like you just know he's going to be right up for that battle with Salah, and you just hope he gets a bit overzealous and sort of overcommits, and Salah keeps a cool head because. I'll be honest, like Rudiger's he's done pretty good jobs on Salah in the past. So fingers crossed he doesn't have the best game, but I think, Rudiger's Rudiger. He's a good defender at the end of the day, but we all seen how none of your business is on fire tonight. None of your business is on a hot streak.
How much have you paid him for tonight? Bloody
hell. Very good, very good. We all seen how useless they were with Rudiger and back four. I mean, Chelsea aren't going to play with a back four, so I don't think we should even consider that. Back five.
Oh, but mate, it's a possibility. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you actually about your midfield. Say Kovacic isn't fit. Jorginho, what happened to him being the 3rd best player in the world just because he scored a few pens and made a few 5-yard passes? Because this guy doesn't feature for you anymore. And it looks like if Kovacic is out, is he going to play? Is Loftus-Cheek going to play? Is Saul going to play? I feel like Jorginho has to play. Or is there like a bit of tension between him and Tuchel? What's going on there?
Well, I'll tell you, so obviously Jorginho was actually playing a lot earlier in the season. He's come off the Euros where he went the whole way as well. So Tuchel said earlier in the year after, I think, early January, saying he's getting a bit tired. So with Kante being a bit more fit, Saul's played a lot better than he started. And Kovacic coming back to fitness, he's kind of rested him out of the team. Loftus-Cheek and Saul against teams that we've been playing recently are definitely good enough to play. So, yeah, easing Jorginho out, getting him some legs back in there, some freshness. I don't see why he can't start because as much slander as he gets as well, he's good enough to play. And I think people need to appreciate what he does as a footballer a bit more. He is a good footballer and he can offer a lot and he helps us tick. So I think he'll be very important on Sunday. I don't think Kovacic will start if he's taking a knock.
I'll give it Jorginho, to be fair. The last couple of times he's played at Anfield, he's actually played pretty well. But for me, the main man in Chelsea's midfield and always will be N'Golo Kante. For me, he's top 5 midfielder in the world. Ref needs to have a good game with him, man. Liverpool forward style. None of your business. Get off. Yeah. I was literally going to be like, none of your business. Get out Daniel Moran. Daniel Moran, sure. They have VAR, which is useless and goes against us. Exactly none of your business. At least we're not Arsenal fans that cry at everything because Raul Jimenez didn't get booked after committing 2 tiny fouls. Jamie, let's go into it. How do you see the game panning out? How do you see it going? I want like your lowdown on. I want your score prediction. I want your I want your. Or we'll do score prediction. Team lineup. How do you see it going?
Oh, I hate this bit because it's a cup final, so you never know.
Yeah.
I think in a league game, and it was like at Anfield, I'd be so confident, but yeah, I just don't know with Tuchel, and I don't know. He's a weird guy to face. He's a very tricky manager to face. We've seen that already this season, but I think with a stronger team, I don't think it'll be the great game with the way they set up, and it's a cup final, so you're going to be nervous to commit. But saying that, both teams have tons of experience. They've been in so many cup finals recently, so they'll know all about that. We've got this more or less the same squad who's been to the Champions League final, who's done it all through the Premier League. We got the likes of Thiago as well, who's coming in and is a serial winner. So the experience is there. That should kill a bit of nerves. I agree with Ben. I see it being a bit of a scrappy game, a bit low scoring. So I think I'm gonna put some bollocks on the line. I'm gonna go 2-0. Regarding the team, just quickly, I think Kelleher. Ben knows this. I'm a massive avid of Kelleher starting because I think look, Alisson's obviously number one, but Kelleher is not a bad backup. I think he's been fantastic every time he's been called upon, and he's earned his spot to play in the final. Then it'd be Robertson, Trent. I think Klopp will go with Konate. He loves chucking him in these games. You've seen it at Old Trafford out of nowhere. He starts. San Siro as well. He starts these massive games, and he proved himself in all of them as well. So that's big. Konate, Matip, Trent, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Jota, if fit, Salamane. But I'm going to go 2-0. Bit of a cagey affair, but one early, one late.
Goal scorers.
Salah got to be.
Both.
Luis Diaz wins it for Liverpool. Late on, clinches it
on the counter. Chelsea commit men for the first time forward, and Luis Diaz just dinks the keeper. Ben, are you going to the match?
Yeah, mate, I'm going. Jamie sorted me out, that's why I call him the plug. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I've never seen Liverpool in a final before, so this is new for me. Something I've always dreamt of. Granted, it's not the Champions League, but I want to win every single trophy. Something we've not won yet. So my lineup would be Kelleher, Robbo, Verge. Konate is going to play, I think. I've just got a feeling. Trent, Fabi, Thiago, Hendo. And then if Jota is fit, if he's, like we said, if he's capable of playing at least a good portion of the game, he starts. So then it would be Mane, Jota, Salah. But if not, Diaz, Mane, Salah. And then my score 1-0. I think Salah smash and grab, 85th minute. Shush the Chelsea fans. He won't do that. He'll just walk off, like do some cold celebration.
What did he do in the Champions League final?
He did that.
Daughter, yeah, what his daughter did. That was quite cute. It was quite wholesome. Nonya's made a name for himself in the comment section. Luke Oliver is on you.
I ran it right up to wherever you, Nonya.
At the end of the day,
Nonya out on the front line if we go to World War III.
Oh, get Nonya in there. You just don't want. I'll ask a funny question at the end, but at the end of the day, football's the winner. No, at the end of the day, Liverpool will be the winner, but we'll get a Chelsea opinion. Arjun, how do you see the game panning out? What do you think the Chelsea team is going to be? We actually want to know this so we can inform Klopp, because we know the Liverpool group chat have access to this show. Well, Diogo Jota's not watching today, so he's probably out there trying his best for the game. Chelsea team score prediction. How you think the game's going to
go? Team I've got, so obviously you've got Mendy or Kepa. I think that's a 50-50 toss-up. Could be either of them. It's what Tuchel goes with. I'd go for Mendy. I reckon you've got Azpilicueta at wing-back, Christensen, Silva, Rudiger across the back. Sadly, I have to say Alonso will start at left wing-back, which I genuinely think will be an absolute liability for. I've got Jorginho and Kante in the middle, Pulisic on the left. Havertz, personally for me, I think he will start up top. Tuchel hasn't hided that he's not Like, he's not a fan of Lukaku. We can all see that. Neither am I. And then I think Mount's back to fitness now. So Mount or Ziyech just got a knock the other day. He's got Mount or Ziyech on the right. And score predictions. I think a typical Chelsea 1-0. Going for a Havertz winner, as he always does. So, yeah, we'll keep you Scousers quiet for once, I think.
I read a stat earlier, which was that Chelsea have only played Havertz, Werner, Mount together once since the Champions League final. Is that true?
Ridiculous.
I'm kind of glad Timo Werner won't start. Well, I hope he doesn't, because do you remember? Do you remember? What's Turbo Timo, as they call him? At Anfield last season?
Promise you, he's not that quick.
He kept being our offside trap. He can't finish, but like people that can like beat our offside trap, there aren't many people. I think Timo Pukki's the best in the league at it. I don't know how he always. I don't know how he gets so many chances against us. He just times his runs to perfection. He's a great. He fair play, Timo. Good luck. But yeah, Werner causes a lot of problems.
But Timo hasn't played a lot recently, so again, that's an asset off the bench because the Wembley pitch is massive. So yeah, Werner, Havertz, Mount would be ideal if they've been playing, but I can't see it.
I think Werner's more lethal from the start. I think he caused in the Champions League final. He caused City so many problems. So hopefully he doesn't start. But yeah, I think if Chelsea go with fluid 3 up front, they'll have 1% more chance than they had beforehand. For me, I think it'll be Kelleher, Trent. I think he goes Massive and Van Dijk, and then just tells Massive to take a week off, get him in like the ice bath, and just leave him there, freeze him for a week. You need. I'd say Klopp just relies on Massive and Van Dijk to do a job. Robbo left back, Fab, Hendo, Thiago. It'll be interesting to see what Klopp does with the subs as well, because he likes his leaders on the pitch like late into the game. So say it is a tight game, does he maybe take a Henderson and Thiago off and throw on like Keita and Elliott if we're drawing or if we're losing? But that's a conversation for another time. And then front 3, I think we'll go Diaz, Mane, Salah. I think the Jostle one's a bit of a smoke screen to get Chelsea a bit on edge, but I don't think. I mean, I think Josh will make bench, and yeah, and then for me, I think we're going to win 3-0. I say that confidently because I think we are. I think how it's going to go is Salah's going to open the scoring in the first half. It's going to be KG. Second half, Van Dijk header, and then Rudiger loses his head, tries to karate kick Salah. Doesn't work out. Salah wins the pen. Salah scores, and then Henderson shuffles.
And then Omer wakes up from his dream.
I'm actually not gonna probably be able to sleep on Saturday night. You know, even I keep saying it. Even though it's only the League Cup, like I want this super like so much. Honestly, I just want it. So yeah, man, this is gonna be nerve-wracking, exciting, everything. I can't wait. This is what it's all about, mate.
Point.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, I thought you guys made a good point about like the League Cup kicking you guys on, because obviously we've just won the Club World Cup, Super Cup start of the year as well. So that momentum can lead us through where you guys may need that a bit more. So that might lift it a bit more to 50.
Yeah, we did that as well, mate. But we actually won the league.
It's coming.
Yeah. The next. I'll give Chelsea a 30-year wait.
I'm gonna say, didn't they win the league in October when they were like 5 points clear? Or
something? Oh yeah. I forgot.
Listen. Injuries happen. With a fully fit squad, we win the league.
We know injuries happen.
I don't think we've actually been slagging off the Carabobbins. I think
the Carabao
secret, the Caraboosey, whatever you want to call it. I think we've been. I think we tried to go for it. Like obviously, Klopp's played his reserves. But I think
It's
you
actually
remember,
the biggest trophy available.
yeah. So if we win it, we'll be considered the best team in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Chelsea just if you're going to call yourself the best team in the world, you might as well just follow it up with a league title. But only serious teams do that.
You're jinxing it now.
But where's the comment here? I just want to touch on potential penalties because we all love a shootout. And the Super Cup
when it's
week,
your own team.
Jamie, should it go to pens?
Oh, I hope not.
You're gonna ask him for Milner, aren't you?
Who are your Liverpool 5?
Okay, Salah, Fabinho, Milner, because I think they're the 3 best pen takers at the club. I tell you what, after watching, I hope I'm not forgetting anyone here, but after watching his penalty in the Euros against Italy, Thiago, if he's still on the pitch, he's got veins as cold as ice. That the way that penalty was placed. So Thiago for the 4th, for the 5th. I'm just trying to eliminate players. Definitely not Henderson. Definitely not. I wouldn't want Mane. I don't know about Diaz's. If Jota's on the pitch, possibly Jota.
Massive.
No, I don't trust him. He'll probably fall over.
Trent could be a shot. Trent's a shot.
Trent. I'd back Trent. Trent's got the whip, the technique.
I reckon Van Dijk would bag one. I just don't think he'd take it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he'd be up there.
We're winning it in 90 anyway, so let's not.
Hopefully.
Do you want to Fab first, Milner, Thiago? To be honest, if it goes to pens, I don't think Thiago will play the 120. I think Fab, Milner, Salah are shoo-ins. Yeah, Jorginho. Well,
there's no way Jorginho plays 120 minutes.
If he plays 120 minutes, it's not going to penalties. He's gonna be walking in treacle. By the end of the game, he's so slow. Who is it? Who was the referee that outran him?
I don't know. It's not hard to outrun Jorginho.
It was like Martin Atkinson on the counter. Oh God, please. Massive only if he can dribble it from his own half. Mane. Mane is probably. If I'm not, Mane will probably take a pen. So that's a horrendous comment. None your business. Sweep up in the comment section. Ben. Actually, I've asked Jamie. I'll ask Arjun for the Chelsea 5. Who do you think are Chelsea's 5 best penalty takers? Do you think they're
penalties? You think penalties? I think we use 4 subs. I think he'll stay at 4 subs just to get Kepa on if it does come to it. We've had a few penalty shootouts this year, so I think Aspilicueta will definitely take one. He's a good penalty taker. Mount has missed a few. I can see Mount taking one. Havertz will take one. Rudiger, then one of the midfielders. Alonso again. If he could play 120 minutes, he'll take one. But yeah, it's all down to subs really, because I think 2 or 3 could get subbed off. So it depends.
I would love Jorginho to take one, do his little hop and then miss.
Yeah,
he already missed one against Alisson, hasn't he?
Yeah. And T-Rex managed to get a save on him as well. So,
Euros, God forbid that Lukaku takes a penalty. If Lukaku takes a penalty, I'm walking straight out. I promise you, I will not watch out my own hands.
I've never seen a script more perfectly written than Lukaku to miss the deciding penalty.
I don't deserve that.
James is a good penalty taker, actually. So
James, if he comes off the bench, he's a really good penalty taker.
J5. Ben, anything else you want to bring up?
No, I think that's it, mate. I think we've covered pretty much every basis. Just the players have to do the talking now, mate, and it's out of our hands, and we've got to back whatever team Klopp puts out. I'm looking forward to it, man. It should be good, and obviously we'll be back here next Thursday. I'm assuming at some point we will, talk about it. It's probably not going to be the whole stream, but there'll be a section in it where we can talk about how we may have won the Carabao Cup. So yeah, man, it's exciting, man. Can't wait.
Oh, we're so confident. I really hope this doesn't bite us in the ass.
It will, mate. I mean, it will. This always happens.
To be fair, like this is probably I can't remember. Probably the Spurs final, the Champions League final, but I don't remember a big final in recent times where we've probably been the A side.
Yeah, Gnomes, if you can't back this team now, and if you can't, you know,
absolutely
be this confident, then when are you ever? So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
it's just you've seen Wigan beat Man City in cup finals, so Chelsea could have a similar story.
We're not quite Wigan over
it. Yeah, so that's it really. I'll get your wraps up, guys. I think Grizz is probably going to do a big show on this tomorrow or Saturday, so he'll probably get the Red Fellas on, and they'll hopefully be as confident as us lot. Any comments? Thank you, Daniel Moran. Great episode again, guys. Arjun was a fantastic addition this week. Keep up the good work, lads. Yeah, Arjun, cheers, mate, for coming on and giving us Chelsea perspective. Jamie, thank you for coming on at the last hour. I know you've been a busy boy on like
lifesaver, honestly.
Just mate, quality again. Probably have to get you in for next week as well. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, mate, but that's a conversation another time. Yeah, and Ben, you've had a busy day, man. Just get some sleep.
Yeah, bro, I'm exhausted. But no, it's good. This is the last stream anyway until the game's finished. So
yeah,
it's all worth it, and hopefully it will be worth it in the end.
Does anyone want to plug themselves? Or
you can subscribe to Rambling Reds if you want. If you want to see more of Jamie, myself, and Shigs, Rambling Reds, we do match reactions after every video, after every game. So yeah, Rambling Reds, RAMBLING Reds.
I just remembered what we're going to do next week. Do you know the Euro expert?
Oh yeah, I was on with Grizz.
Yeah,
he was on before as well.
Yeah. I think he's going to come on, and we're going to go away from Liverpool. So, and just talk about European.
Okay, I might not be around for that stream then, mate, because I don't know much about all these European. Like, this guy's crazy. Like, his knowledge is mad, mate. I was on a stream with him and Grizz, bro. He was just like telling us all about these other leagues, and I'm like, mate, I watch the Premier League, and that's it. Calm down.
I love it.
He's really good. He knows his stuff, man.
He's got, mate. This is what I mean. Like, he's so young, and he's probably got one of the best brains.
He's put the time and effort into it, hasn't he? Like, you can.
But yeah, guys, thank you. We've had great views today, great number of likes, great chat, great conversation, bit of banter flying between Liverpool and Chelsea as you expect. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, give us your feedbacks in the comment section below. Let's try and hit 100 likes on this video, and yeah, just see you next Thursday. We'll be celebrating a healthy addition to the Liverpool trophy cabinet as we start our charge for a famous quadruple. If someone's going to do it, we're going to do it. But yeah, I'm going all guns. I'm going all guns out here. I'm not going to lie, but someone's got to put their neck on the line. So yeah, take care. Be safe. Prayers for Ukraine. And
prayers up, man.
See you later.